Do you think you walked in here a completely different woman? And what exactly have you changed or has changed about you?
When I walked in here, I was the underdog. I felt like my light was very dim, and I feel like I was hiding in the shadows because I didn't want to do too much, and never would I ever thought that I would be standing here speaking in front of amazing, powerful women, representing the country. It is so huge for me, and I know I'm going to use my voice, and I know I'm working on it. I'm not perfect, but there's still room for improvement.
I think we spoke quite a bit about this young lady named Chidimma from South Africa, young lady that's participated in Miss competition, pageant competition, to represent South Africa as a contestant. She received a lot of backlash. Young Chidimma Adeshina, whom father seemed to be from Nigeria and whose mother seemed to be from Mozambique. So there's a lot of stories. She's a beautiful young lady, I think 23 years old, who was trying to get into the ambiance of representing South Africa amongst contestants, when many people in South Africa was very, very much unhappy with her being part of this competition. So people were very unhappy online, commenting, insulting her, getting a tremendous backlash. Many people asking the organization to dismiss her. So Adeshina, born in South Africa, bred in South Africa, lived her whole life in South Africa, not very much liked by South Africans, even though her mother had seemed to be South Africa. Had seemed to be. It's English. Listen, I see you jumping all over the place. Now, they've done some investigation. Initially, it was thought that her grandmother was a Zulu woman of a Zulu tribe. Zulus are, I think, the biggest tribe in South Africa. Yes, the brothers of Shaka Zulu. I'm sure you heard about that very interesting warrior of Africa. And her father seemed to be from Mozambique. And these are people from neighboring country. Mozambique is a country. Look at the map. Yeah, this is Mozambique. This is South Africa. This is Mozambique. This is South Africa. Very close people. Actually, they have some tribes that interlive between the two countries. They probably have different names, different accents with time. You know, that's what happens. In some countries, if you look at Rwanda and Burundi, they speak the same language. In Burundi, it's called Kirundi. In Rwanda, it's called Kinyarwanda. But it's basically the very same language. And these are people. Here's a map. Rwanda and Burundi. They were one kingdom before colonialism. They used to speak the same language. But over time, now they have sort of a different accent, different words. Just like Setswana is spoken in Botswana, Setswana is also spoken in South Africa. Now, Setswana people, are they from Botswana or they are from South Africa? That's a good question. Are they from Botswana or from South Africa? Well, before South Africa was South Africa, Tswana-speaking people lived across the board. There was no border. When South Africa was created as it is today, and Botswana as it is today, it's separated cousins. Yes, this is Lesotho. Lesotho is in South Africa. In Lesotho, they speak a language called Sesotho. And Sesotho is very close to Setswana. Sounds very similar to Sepedi. Now, where are Sesotho people from? How do you explain a country being inside of another country? Okay, this is just to lay the context. It means in Africa, many people from many places are from different places. In other words, they just came into Africa. In 1884, white people went to Berlin and sat down and divided Africa into small boxes that they called countries. Countries never existed before 1884. There was no such thing as country in Africa. There was land, many lands. People were living in kingdoms. Yes, there were kingdoms and clans and tribes, but there was no such thing as country. They came and divided Africa into small parts. The goal was very simple. Let's not go fight in Africa. As we are now going to loot Africa, let's not go fight each other over land. So let me take a few boxes for myself. My name is England. All these countries will be British colonized countries. Let me take some countries. My name is France. These are going to be France colonized countries. And that's how it happened, dividing people into many places. So the bottom line is Mozambique is very close. Mozambique is very close to South Africa. Anyway, so before 1994, many black people from many African nations came into South Africa looking for work. And at that time, many black South African males were sent far away from their families, far away from their wives and their daughters and stuff. There was sort of instability, you know, what it creates. And also, so many men also had many South African women and they had children with them. So many people believe that Chidimma's grandmother, who was supposed to be Zulu, was the mother of a young woman whom she had with a Mozambican father. So there was an outrage. Many people were very angry online. You must remove Chidimma. There was a petition being signed to ask the organizers to remove Chidimma. Many people got very angry, feeling that it was a xenophobic feeling. Why don't you put so much pressure against white people that live in South Africa? But you're putting a tremendous amount of pressure to remove this young girl who's black like you. Even though there's been other people that look Chinese as Miss Pageant participant in Miss South Africa. Nobody made a noise about it. A lady named Wang and another lady from Portuguese descent. Nobody worried about their origin. But Chidimma obviously doesn't sound Zulu or Xhosa or Tswana or anything like that, or Tsonga or Venda. These are tribes in South Africa. Because Chidimma sounds very much Nigerian. They needed to do an investigation. Well, fellas, the organizers have asked Home Affairs, which is the Home Office of South Africa, of papers and stuff, legality, to check on Chidimma's nationality, because many people said Chidimma's mother is from Mozambique. She's not South African. They have checked, and what they found is astounding. They found that Chidimma's mother indeed was from Mozambique, and she got Chidimma's papers through a fraudulent ID, meaning somebody else's ID number was used as a parent to this young lady. And that's obviously gave her the opportunity, or gave her the right to be South African. So Chidimma's mother was from Mozambique, her father from Nigeria, and after her birth, they managed to deal with somebody in some ways, probably paid her money to accept to be recognized as the mother of the child in order for the child to be South African. There are many ways, I believe, that many possibilities. Maybe the ID number was stolen. Maybe there was somebody being paid to use or to issue somebody else's ID. Maybe that person was actually really paid and accepted to let her ID use for this purpose. So it's very hard to know. The findings are not 100% conclusive, but initially what has been found is that Chidimma's mother indeed is not South African. So this takes away her right to participate in this pageant. Very sad situation because it rose a lot of emotional feelings, xenophobia. I mean, let's not lie to each other. South Africans don't like Nigerians very much. No. Especially Zulu men, if you want to be specific. Zulu people are from KwaZulu-Natal. They don't, yeah. Yes. South African women, some of them like Nigerians, they will date them out of curiosity, I feel. Also because they know these guys most of the time will give money. Nigerians like to give money. It's part of their culture, spreading money, spreading love. And obviously some people feel like the reason why many Zulu men don't like Nigerians is because the Zulu men don't want to spend money on women. Not like that. You need to go find a job, go work. Well, as opposed to Nigeria, in South Africa, men and women were set to work immediately during apartheid. In Nigeria, it was about the opposite. Men worked, women stayed home, waiting for the men to come home to bring the bread. In South Africa, women work, men work. It was set up by the white men. That's it. That is. So a South African man would not want necessarily to spend his salary on you while you have a salary. In any way, now the question is, were they right to be angry and ask that the responsible people sign the petition so an investigation be done on this young lady? Were they right to do that? Was it necessary? Is this a good thing? Probably yes, but symbolically good. But what does it change practically? Not very much. Okay, it's good that she's not more part of the competition. If that was a goal, then great. But does it change anything about the system? Not really. You tell me how you feel about this. Could South African direct that energy into something more productive? You tell me. Probably something more productive than just finding Chidimma out of the competition. You know, like claiming lands, like claiming money, opportunities, jobs. Many people are suffering in South Africa. Let's just be honest. Yes, it looks beautiful for people that live in Gauteng, Johannesburg, Cape Town. These are big cities where the white man is the boss. Let's just be honest. Yes, black people have opportunities, but for most cases, most businesses are run by white people. And nothing wrong with white people. It's great to have them. They're creating bread. Yeah. Let me know how you feel about this. Chidimma issued a statement saying, yeah, thank you very much for being part of this. I'm not going to read it long. I appreciate my time. But was she guilty? She was not guilty. The person that was guilty, like the Home Affairs office said, was her mother. By going in a fraudulent way to acquire papers for her, she was still a baby when she did that. So she's not guilty. And I think it's just normal for somebody when you're born somewhere. This is all you've known your whole life, right? You've been told you have a South African document that's legit. What else do you know? You don't know anything else. You were trying to defend your right because you feel it's your right that's being taken away from you. So she's not guilty. She's done nothing wrong. No crime. I think they could have been more intelligent if that's what they wanted. I mean, they could have given her Nomsa name or Tandeka or Fundiswa or Sundiswa or Nomkita, not Chidimma de Shachinya. No, come on, fellas. They say if you want to say a good thief must be intelligent. You can't be a successful thief if you're stupid. Okay, you can't go to a Muslim country and be called John and say you from there. You're not from there. How is your name John? You have a Somalian passport. How is your name John, my brother? Maybe Christians in a very small number, but hey, the majority, I think the best way is to mingle into the people. Change your name completely. Be Absullah Salam, Balamalam. That's what you do. And I'm not encouraging people to be illegal. I'm saying let's focus on things that are necessary. Is it good that they found this? I mean, yeah, it's good that they found that there was fraudulent thing that happened 23 years ago. Great, but what does it change to the economy of the country? Nothing. What does it change to the everyday normal South African person? Nothing. What does it change? It's only changed it maybe caresses your ego, saying, "Oh, she's out." Well, then what? Does it get you extra bread? No. Is she criminal? No, she's not. She's done nothing wrong. Does she have a case? She doesn't have any case. Can you use the same energy to investigate every single white man in government? Probably not. Now, is it xenophobia? I don't know. Let me know how you feel about this.